Okay, it is, what is today's date? June 22nd, 2014. We're playing The Price of Freedom. Dun dun dun. Our gutless president has been elected. America has signed international agreements prohibiting Star Wars defense. The Soviet Union has developed a shield against nuclear attacks. The Soviet premier demands American surrender. The president complies. Soviet troops are landed in your hometown. In this, its darkest hour, America needs heroes. Are you willing to pay the price of freedom? Dun dun dun!
Yes. That was so appropriate.
That was a yes.
Basically, the Soviet Union has taken over the world. Over the last 10 years, they have managed to make a Star Wars type defense shield that nuclear missiles cannot get past. Back in, when did this happen? On March 15th, 1990, the Soviet premier demands American surrender. In retaliation, on March 21st, America's launched a nuclear missile from a silo in Nevada. The missile was destroyed before it could hit its target in the Soviet Union. The president, who was elected in 1988, was Ed Murphy. His inauguration speech called for a new sensitivity at home and abroad. NASA's budget has been constantly cut for the last 10 years. Mexico City, in just this year, fell to communist insurgents. On March 31st, 1990, the President Murphy surrendered to the Soviet Union. And on April 1st, which is today, Soviet troops began to arrive in Washington, New York, San Diego, Newport News. And several sharp naval battles destroyed the bulk of the American fleet, although nuclear submarines allegedly remain at large. It's a terrible world. It's a bad place. In The Price of Freedom, the Soviet Union represents the ultimate in tyranny, dictatorship, totalitarian government, repression of freedoms, and essentially everything that every right-wing conservative Republican has said for the last 30 or 40 years about the Soviet Union. All of it's true in this game, okay? They're awful people.
And yes, they do probably eat babies every day.
Well, I don't know about that, but... So...
You say they hit us with nuclear bombs where?
No. We fired a nuclear weapon at them when they demanded our surrender as a test of their allegedly impregnable satellite laser shield or whatever they've got. And that missile was blown up before it could hit the ground and high enough that it didn't affect anybody. So, America's completely defenseless. The Soviet Union could nuke the country at any time they want without fear of retaliation. Instead, they offered surrender terms, and the weak-willed president in office at the time decided capitulated.
Though he was pro-communist.
Oh, that's right. I read that too. No, he wasn't pro-communist. He was just pro-peace. He was wanting to establish...
Wasn't he governor of what, California?
He could have
What was
said,
his-
how many can your laser shoot down?
Yeah, I'll give you guys the last 10 years. In 1980, the USA and USSR signed the START II, prohibiting orbital defenses. Aid to the Contras was not renewed. Communist government takes power in South Africa, and NASA's budget's cut. In 1982, Panama falls to communist insurgency. West Germany calls for closer ties with Eastern Europe. Democratic government established in South Korea. America signs a treaty which effectively abolishes private property rights in space or on the high seas. 1985, allegations that the Soviets are violating START II agreements dismissed by an American government determined to pursue good relations with the USSR. Press decries those who press allegations as right-wing lunatics. Honduras, Guatemala, Colombia all fall to communist insurgency. France pursues a military buildup. Labor government takes power in Britain.
I said France does not.
It did. And NASA's budget is again cut. In 87, Britain withdraws from NATO, and all American bases are closed, unilateral disarmament. There's a civil war in Mexico. Japan establishes close ties with China, and NASA's budget is cut. In 88, President Murphy was elected. Berkeley elects a communist mayor, Berkeley, California. NASA's budget is cut. In 1989, Labour Party conference adopts militant tendency platform virtually unanimously. The Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Italy all withdraw from NATO. French military buildup continues. Japan, China, both Koreas sign mutual defense pact. And NASA's budget is cut. And then here in 1980 is when Mexico City falls to communist insurgents, and the Soviet Union announces completions of its orbital defense network. And then on April 1st, the occupation begins. Let's see if there's any other little
Includes
quickie.
full color garrison map.
Yay!
So basically,
Okay, let me
the
read you
tables
the-
are as turned as they can possibly be. Sorry.
Say what?
Basically, the tables are as turned as they can
Yes, the
possibly.
communists have essentially taken over the world. They hit Canada. They got Canada.
No,
Uh,
not Canada.
Mexico has
That's-
fallen.
That's right.
I think it's so expensive.
Not the same world. Okay, so getting to West 30th Street was hell. There are bands of looters in the streets, broken glasses everywhere. No one's obeying stop signs or traffic laws. Not many people are out, but those who are look either scared or determined. Phone service has broken down. 1990, their cell phones are really new. Nobody probably has them. According to the last radio report, there was heavy traffic out of the city, and Soviet transports were landing at airports all over the New York area. The airwaves have been silent for some hours, however. One of you saw a squad of cops. They weren't bothering with the niceties. The looters are being shot. But you managed to get here. Yes.
One of my guys.
What? Yeah, they did. Here is where's my piece of paper? Oh, is Jordan Hamelton's apartment on West 30th Street in Manhattan. All of you know at least one other person here. We're going to decide right now during character introductions who you know, how you know. One person who you trust with your life. You're going to have to learn to trust the others too, because what you're contemplating will surely be grounds for execution by the Soviets when they arrive. What are you going to do? So, we're going to start with Nissa. Describe your character. Let's start with her name. I'm going to jot down
Her
some
name that
notes.
she wants to tell people, or her real name?
Let me have both, but yeah, give me your real name first and then when she tells me.
Real name is Amelia Higgins.
Oh my god, no wonder you don't tell people. And what do you go by?
Ace.
Just Ace? That's
Yeah.
what you tell your friends.
Yeah.
Your name is Ace. Remember, one of these people is a really close friend. You can decide who. That person will know your real name.
Okay.
Okay, describe her. First, like physically, what she look like.
She's blonde hair, 5'11", weighs 170, mostly muscle. Green eyes, age 20.
20 or so, okay.
She has a manly strut. She's tomboy to the max, except for nail polish.
Okay.
Like immaculate nails.
Tomboy. And she was a bouncer?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's solid. Anything else that you want to describe her?
Like passion stuff, or does it matter?
What people would know. I can fill in the blanks later. Okay, so what would they know about her politics? Oh my god, seriously?
I don't know politics. I just picked one.
Libertarian. It's all about me. It's all about me.
No, that's not how it goes.
Okay, community college. Yeah, anything else that you want to tell them? These people might know about you.
I'm agnostic, so I'm not like religious, but I don't like
Okay.
swear at like.
You don't care.
things.
Yeah, you're kind of uncertain.
Well, it's just funny because I'm all tough and I'm like, gosh darn it and stuff.
Oh, you don't swear?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's
fine.
funny.
Okay,
Um,
Bo. Who are you? What's your
Oh
character?
yeah, I'm from New York City.
Oh yeah, you're from NYC. Okay, that's a good thing to know.
Robert O'Sullivan, but everybody calls me Chico. I'm Irish. I came from an Irish family, but I grew up on like the Texas-Mexico border.
Okay.
I have a little bit of background in Spanish.
Okay.
I have a big bushy red mustache and bowler, and I live for bar fights.
You are a bowler. Okay.
Oh, and I worship Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders.
That's cool. Now, what was your occupation?
Occupation, I was in the National Guard and then a bartender at home.
Okay. James. What's your name? You are
Jordan
Hamelton.
Hamelton.
Okay.
He is seen, he's always smiling, he's got a normal athletic build, he's always in a gray hat. One of those, detective looking hats.
Oh yeah, like a fedora kind of thing.
Yeah, fedora,
Okay.
that's
okay.
right. He's known to be sadistic and lustful.
Okay. Bad cop.
Oh yeah, do I do interests? Or?
If you want. No. You don't have to talk about those.
Okay. He's a dude. He's blonde, 6 foot, 29. He's got hazel eyes, and he weighs 165.
What was your age, Bill?
23.
23. Okay, thanks. Okay, go ahead, James.
He's white Anglo-European.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
conservative, moderate,
Okay.
Presbyterian. He's got a bachelor's of communication.
Ooh, an educated man.
police vice squad.
And you were on the police. Okay.
He's from a line of single children, and his parents are dead, so he has no family.
Okay.
He was from North Carolina, and his personal hero is Dirty Harry.
Dirty. Logan, who are you playing?
I am Thundercloud.
Oh my god.
I am a Native American.
Okay, what was most Native Americans by this point have a surname
Exactly.
and a first name?
He had a surname. This is
Okay.
part of his history.
Oh,
His
okay.
family
Slave
tried to adapt to this new world.
Okay.
But once all hell broke loose, they realized that this new world hadn't had it right, and that they should return to their primitive, or
Okay.
that to their early world.
Well, what was he known as in New York before the Soviets came?
Ned.
Ned is his last name Thundercloud?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
That's fine. Ned
Yeah.
Thundercloud, but now he just calls himself Thundercloud.
Thundercloud.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's so
Good,
good.
Ned. I love it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, how old is he?
He's 27.
Okay, he's older.
Yeah, he's 5'12".
6 foot tall.
No, he prefers 5'12". It makes him sound taller.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. Go ahead.
He's 170 pounds.
Damn,
He's got,
skin is a stick. Okay.
and he's got black bearded or beaded hair, shoulder length. He's uninvolved in politics.
Okay.
He's got a high school and college education, but he was doing manual labor before everything broke out.
Okay.
And so now he's got a leather tunic that's got copper plating, and this is part of his old
Like the Roman legionnaire stuff.
well, like it's copper plating that they I don't know.
Why does he have this?
This is all part of like his heritage that he's.
I don't remember
bringing back.
copper plated. In, like,
I don't
Native
either.
American stuff.
Maybe.
Unless he's like Aztec, I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe
he's
stone?
Aztec.
He
Or
did
is
say
he-
Native American, he didn't say Native North American.
Or is he or is he just a member of the Society for Creative Anachronism?
He might just be part of the Society of Bullshit.
Yeah, why
Some sort
does
of
he have that?
intellectual. I mean, it was passed down from his family. From
Yeah, somebody was an artist.
All the way back when his
Okay,
ancestors
so
were
he's got
Romans.
some kind of a copper-plated leather tunic. Kind
yeah,
of.
like jewels.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Ned Thundercloud.
People
All
are looting. That's probably not the best thing to wear.
right. John.
Yeah, so my name's Harry Schmidt. I'm a German immigrant. At least my parents, had me in West Germany, and we moved over when I was about 10. We've lived in Albany for most of my life, at least. I did attend a bit of college, but I just couldn't quite take it, so I dropped out, and I'm now working in private security sector.
Basically, you're an armed guard, right?
Yeah, and I'm a little thin and pale, teeniest bit sickly, but haven't let that get in the way of making it the best of living as I can.
Okay. Who knows who here well then? Y'all know him at least a little bit.
That's why?
Because we're at his apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is starting in his apartment on 30th Street.
Um,
Well, I'm also in
But yeah, we need to
How
figure
old
out
are you?
who knows who. Yeah,
I'm
how old are you?
25,
25.
and I'm into history.
He's a bartender and you're a bouncer.
Yeah,
You
we
guys
could
could
work at
work.
the
You
same
could be
bar.
co-workers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say with the-
you.
I might know
Since
him
you're
with
a
private
historian.
sector. is
And you
different
can know as
also.
many people at the table as you want,
Yeah.
but you should know at least one other person.
I at least
well.
know you kinda, because we're in the bouncing security,
Yeah,
but I'm new to the scene.
Well, I was thinking that you might be the person that I have some degree of trust in for some reason or another that may be explained in backstory. And
I have
Okay,
four
yeah.
brothers and an uncle
Well,
I
if
grew up
you
with,
go
so
to the
like,
bar
I'm
where they
pretty
work,
brilliant.
you might have hit it off with her as far as like you're in the security and she is security for that bar. And for whatever reason, you guys got chatting one night. Maybe you had a sitting at the table by the door, and she was standing there bored, and you just started a conversation. And
So
from
I
that,
know these two
the
guys.
two of you
most.
kind of became friends. At least when you go to the bar, you would talk to her. You know, that
So
kind of
that's like
thing.
a Higgins family.
And
or
you're a
Jewish?
co-worker. How do people know him, this vice cop? And,
well, I mean,
and Logan,
he's-
who do you know?
You could
you
come to
could
the
know
bar
me.
every once in a while.
I'm pretty
And,
outdoorsy.
you know,
Okay.
you would
Trying to
have
pick up
talked,
loose women.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's
and
go
I would have
across
just
the
like,
table.
just bumped you
You know,
and then
you're closer to
on my
her,
way.
you know
Get off me, bro.
and you're closer to him, but you know her.
So you're a more beefy
We
woman?
need to figure out how
Yeah,
everybody knows
yeah,
the vice
I
cop.
weigh more than, like,
Well,
I'm 5'11", but
He
I'm
frequented the
182.
bar.
It
So
could
like,
be.
but
Yeah,
I'm
you're
muscle.
you're bigger than me.
Yeah, I'm muscle.
Okay, it could be. Did you want to frequent the same bar too, and you just know all of them?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
he recognizes me more because I'm a
Yeah.
woman.
And maybe this guy because he probably gives me drinks.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm the bouncer. So.
Also, if you care about education, I have a bachelor's in history that the National Guard paid for. I don't know if you
Oh,
care.
nice.
I do.
That is fun.
I did go to private school, so and I learned Russian and Russian history as well as like.
She's been prepping for this for the last few years.
No, I wrote
Those damn
Russian.
Soviets, those freaking commies are gonna take us
I mean,
over.
she's-
Oh,
I
it
didn't-
is.
I didn't-
No, that makes sense though. The Soviet Union has been building up for the last 10 years
Well, I dropped
in a
yeah.
terrible way.
But
I
I
speak
didn't
broken
finish.
Spanish.
It's
I didn't-
broken Spanish.
I didn't.
We're heading for Mexico. Okay. So you
I
guys
went
have
to
met.
school, so they know what was going on.
You guys have met at Jordan Hamelton's apartment because it's centrally located as to where all your houses and
Did you do?
everybody's right now. You're visiting the city, John. Do you live in you live in New York? You have an apartment somewhere in New York, right?
Perhaps my family does.
Your family does. You live with them. Okay. You have an apartment somewhere in New York, and so do you. But
Oh, and-
Hamilton's. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I was just about to say, just in case it does come up, I'm in the city because really it's the firm that I work with does require that I do some of my work in New York City. So
Okay. It seems weird, but
it's a bit of a strange one.
yeah.
It involves
Okay.
a bit of gum chewing.
Gotcha. Okay. So everybody but you knows the city pretty well. You've met at Jordan Hamilton's apartment because it's kind of central, and he's a cop. You're like, yeah, I bet he has a bunch of guns at his apartment or something to that effect. You decided to meet there for whatever reason. What are you gonna do? The Soviets are landing in airports and are planning on probably just moving into the city. You know that if you have weapons, they will be confiscated. The Soviets won't allow anybody to own a weapon, as well as probably any other personal property. Any idea on what to do?
Find
And
some
I can-
weapons and find a place to hole up.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. You know where there's some weapons. I know where the National Guard armory
I know where
is.
the
I
armory
actually,
is. Let's go to the armory. Guys.
Is the National Guard fighting back?
The president has ordered
Easter egg.
everyone to stand down.
Yeah. So
Now this says Barstow's apartment because that's one of the characters.
I took the apartment.
No, that's one of the pre-gens.
I planted evidence in his place.
So we're on
where's-
30th Street.
You guys are on 30th Street where it says Barstow's apartment. You know that that's where the National Guard Armory is located because you are on Denver. And actually, let's see.
We could get explosives and try to blow up something on the airport.
Well, now
Oh, yeah, wrote it down for
my
me.
big question is,
It's
are we
okay.
gonna try to be some sort of
They actually
freedom
are
fighters
really
like
good.
that?
Yeah.
Movie I saw a couple years ago, what was it, Red Dawn?
Yeah.
171st Infantry, 42nd Division. That's
Do I
what
need
you're.
to write that down?
You can. If you want to use it for role playing. 171st Infantry, 42nd Division. That's your National Guard unit. Keep going. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah. Do we
You
know
were-
of any other like resistance that people are trying to form?
No. This is, like I said, the president just capitulated.
Oh,
a few days
just
ago.
did it, okay.
Yeah, and the Soviets are now coming in
Droves.
this April 1st.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody's got to start the resistance.
It was the 31st.
Oh.
It was yesterday when
You can't let
when the
them
president
keep this
basically
lane.
surrendered.
Oh.
People are already
today.
looting.
Everybody's gone crazy. The Soviets are taking over. They're gonna create a total. It's gonna be awful. It is what people were afraid of.
Can
So basically, we're kind of like trying. First off, trying to acknowledge that things are gonna be a little less inconvenient for all of us.
Yep. So police are shooting people in the streets for looting.
Yeah, you guys saw that.
So we're having a talk. Yeah, armory sounds
Armory.
good. Also, would the armory? I'm assuming would have everything that a police station would have, but better.
10 times, yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So-
vehicles
Yeah.
there.
There's
straight
gonna be
back.
people.
There's
There's gonna
military
be.
vehicles there. There's no tanks or anything, but there are jeeps,
Everyone's
trucks,
gonna be running there.
guns.
We can get in, though.
There's tons of guns.
That's true.
Well, he's in the guard. You know that he could possibly get you in.
Let's go.
Um,
Wait.
Heavier weapons like grenades, grenade launchers, rocket launchers, that kind of stuff is all going to be there.
We need lots of grenades and the biggest vehicle we can find.
And that's one thing I didn't. What kind of vehicles have you guys got?
I got a
That
Ford
is your truck.
POS.
I've got.
A POS. What is a POS?
Yeah, I thought it was a car for the longest time, but it's just a piece of shit.
So
Okay.
it depends on.
So you have a
what's the
Ford,
car.
like a sedan?
Yeah.
Okay. So you have a sedan. It's down in the parking area in the basement. What about the rest of you? What kind of vehicles do you want to have?
I've
Well,
got-
I have a motorcycle.
I've got a.
Okay, you got it with you.
I've got a 1984 Honda Accord. It's a little sedan as well. Well, it's a station wagon.
Wait.
Honda Accord.
Yeah, it's
You
a
Okay.
said
station
94?
wagon. 84.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, 84. So it's about 6 years old.
Yeah, it's
actually
What's your
time
Ford?
traveling.
This is 1990s, the date I chose.
Yeah.
What-
90?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your Ford? Is it an old crapped out piece of
I'd
junk?
say like 4 years old.
Okay.
Right?
Do you have a car? Remember, y'all live in the city, so your cars usually end up tucked away somewhere, and then you never use them until you go long distance. But you're visiting, so you got
So
your.
I've got mine.
So it's parked out front. Yours is in the basement. You drove
I
your
brought-
motorcycle here.
Yeah, and if there's,
Oh.
is it straight to an apartment, or I want to have brought it in as far as possible.
You could have pulled it. If you want to break the law,
There's no law.
then you could have come right into the lobby. There was no doorman there,
Okay.
and the door was just wide open.
Yeah.
You could have pulled it into the lobby and left it there. At least it can't be seen from the street.
Yeah, I put some potted plants.
Okay. How about you, Bo? Do you have a car?
Don't take my cycle.
Okay.
A
So you
bike
can.
everywhere to stay in shape.
You got a bicycle that you probably have with you up in the apartment.
I probably don't have a car. I'm
So you take taxis or you
Yeah,
walk everywhere.
yeah.
Okay, good. So as far as vehicles, we have a motorcycle, we got a Ford
We should be
sedan,
bike-
and is it a hatchback? The Accord? It's a sedan too, isn't it?
It's a station wagon, so it's got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a station wagon. That's parked out front. Bike is in the lobby. Your bicycle is with you,
Alright.
and your
I
car is
also
in a
have a
little tiny parking garage underneath the building.
I'm also renting a bicycle.
Okay, so you've got a bicycle.
That's kind of like our thing
We
together.
have
Was
those
like
things-
we'd
we
bike
have
and
those
camp
things
Oh, that's a
together.
good idea.
and
Okay.
keep each other.
That
There's like
works. I like
rows
that.
of bikes. You could have like broken one out of those.
No, we have our own bikes.
Yeah, we're biking buddies.
Okay, anyway, so what's the plan? I wanted to establish what kind of vehicles you had potentially before we got going.
Yeah, so would I know about your past home? Of being in the
You
National
probably know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he mentioned just now.
Like
the
I'll
armor.
straight up say to everybody,
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm currently like in the National
Mhm.
Guard.
Sweet.
Like right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the Soviets are ordering all
Then what are you doing
military
here?
stand down.
We should head to the armory.
Stand up. Yeah. Well, what after that though? We need to have an exit plan, exit strategy.
I'm just going to guess that we're kind of deciding to basically be either terrorists or patriots in terms of go and blow things up. Is that what everybody's thinking?
I mean,
kind of like
You
that.
can't beat the Soviets as far as like manpower.
Oh yeah,
You
guerrilla
can't fight a
tactics.
guerrilla war.
Yeah.
And if you make it too expensive for the Soviet Union to stay in the United States, then they will have to withdraw. If you make it not worthwhile to stay here.
Because I figured that my guy would basically be trying to go ahead and just get that settled and cleared up because
No.
really it's kind of coming to an agreement on being guerrilla fighters or terrorist fighters or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a
Freedom fighters. Damn it.
Freedom
Okay.
fighters.
Well,
So let's go to the armory.
Okay, so you're leaving the apartment.
all right. So when we get there, we should probably have some people being lookout and some being bruiser, some being just go in and out, get what we need.
As you're saying this, you guys are walking down the hallway. And as you leave the apartment, you can hear Mrs. Cherzinski, who lives next door to you.
Yeah.
You can hear her crying in her apartment. You know her, she's your next door neighbor, she's very old, she's in her 80s. Or old, 70s to 80s. And you've talked to her on occasion. She's a very sweet young lady. She's a very sweet old lady.
That's my guy talking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It does. You know your neighbors.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that even though you're kind of a mean guy,
Yeah.
you want to be on good terms with your neighbors. Just
True.
because it
And
makes
I'm
life
always
easier.
smiling.
And you're always smiling. And I was like, oh, every time they see you, they're like, hi. And you're like, hi. You know, Miss Trzynski's a widow and an invalid. She fled her homeland after her activist husband was killed in the Polish labor uprisings in the 80s. You don't think she's going to last very long once the Soviets find out who she is. So just FYI.
Does he hear it? Or does
And you all hear crying coming from the apartment right
None of
next.
us
It's
know
a
who
it's
it
a
is.
woman crying. So what do you guys do?
See this guy as callous, So,
Play your character.
If he just keeps walking right by, that's fine.
yeah, well, we need to hurry.
But other people can also do other things. Keep that in mind. You guys all hear this crumble.
I walk a little faster.
You just walk. He walks by, heading for the elevator.
Uh,
You still have power. There's
Hey.
still power.
so,
She stopped at the door and she's
Yeah.
doing that right now. She's kind of gesturing and she looks uncomfortable.
who looks uncomfortable?
You, your character.
Yeah,
Because you
I-
looked uncomfortable right there.
And you feel uncomfortable. Okay, guys, so we didn't talk about this yet. I do have a key to a safe house outside the city limits. If there's a possibility that we can take people with us, we probably should. Someone, and it sounds
assuming
like
you
someone's
stopped.
terrified.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know this lady?
Yes.
I assume it's a
I
lady
do have
with
extra room in my
very,
car.
very high-pitched command. You what?
I have extra room in my car.
Okay.
Just get her.
Let's go get her.
This is your
Alright.
husband.
No.
Okay.
Mid-
We guys
Hello?
Right.
Yeah, actually, you know her. Why don't you go
Oh, yeah.
talk to her?
Knock, 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 knock.
Do I know the Polish one too?
She goes, what?
Do I know the Polish woman too?
Polish woman?
This is the Polish woman.
Oh, okay. I thought
This
there was
is
two
Trzynski.
women.
No, no, no,
No.
no.
Okay.
She says, who is it?
Oh, it's Mr. Hamelton.
Oh, come in. You open the door. It opens into her living room. She's sitting alone in the living room facing the door. She has an ancient German Mauser pistol in her hand.
Romance.
And she's in a wheelchair. You know that she's got terrible arthritis. She's confined to a wheelchair. And she goes, oh, Mr. Hamilton, it is so nice that you have come.
We need to get you out of here.
No, 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 no. I've sent my niece Margaret. She lives, Margaret lives with her. She's her niece. To some relatives in upstate New York, but I know that with the new under Soviet rule, I will not last very long. I will sit right here until the first soldier comes to arrest me, and then I will shoot him, and then I will shoot myself.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm
It was
too old and
nice.
sick to live through all of this again. At least this way, I will strike one blow for freedom before I go to join my husband. You guys are all looking in the doorway while she's saying this, and
I
she's
just
making
sounds like
you
she's
for your
made up
efforts.
her mind.
Hey, bro, don't be.
And
don't
good
be,
shooting.
Don't.
And
don't
you be
too,
safe.
helpful under a little.
Hello. She kind of waves to the people in the doorway. She has a gun in her. She does. Go, go.
Come with us.
Oh, I can't go through all of this.
Can we have your
You go.
food?
You go and you're asking for food. Well, there's not much in the apartment. I haven't gone shopping all week, so
We need to get to the armory.
good
Have a
luck.
nice
Oh,
day.
wait. She takes a pendant off from around her neck and she opens it up and she pulls out a tiny little photograph, and then she gives the photograph a little kiss and puts it in her lap, closes the pendant and holds it out to you. And it looks like it's gold. And you realize that once the Soviets take over,
Gold's
dollar
gonna
bills
the
are going to
only
be
thing. Yeah.
they're not going to they're worthless. So
I'm actually.
take that with my blessings. Farewell.
I'm thinking of the sentimental value because if we run into the niece.
What's her name?
Well, that's true too. Her name was Mrs. Trzynski. Cherzinski. Trzynski.
Maybe give her
I
a
just
hug
added
before
her to
I
my
leave.
Yeah, you can
personal
give her a hug.
heroes list,
Yeah, you can.
and I say you're the bravest woman I've ever met.
No, I'm just old.
Okay, I guess okay.
There are many braver than me. Those braver than me will fight and live to fight another day.
Speaking of, we need to get to the armory.
Okay. And then you guys head out down the
All
hallway.
right, but we also need to stop by.
You're talking and walking.
We need to stop by the bank. Would make sense to make sure we live through the armory first, then go to the bank, because I'd rather not be robbed. We got some stuff that would help us out.
Oh, from the bank?
Yeah,
What do you have in the bank?
I have a lockbox of stuff.
And what is in that lockbox?
Things
It's
that
my
are
stuff.
within the box.
Your stuff.
Okay.
She is being mysterious.
What is she rolling?
Your bank's right over here.
Okay.
So it's not far. I was rolling to see how far away her bank was. She rolled like a 20. It's like, no, it's on the other side of freaking town.
It's stuff that
So
It's
potentially you
mine,
could stop at the
and-
army and then go to the bank.
How important is it to the cause?
You're in the elevator. It's going
it
down.
is the sole factor to determine whether or not we live through this.
Oh, okay.
This is
I'm
briefcase.
just hitting one button.
Yeah, word. Cool.
You guys are going down.
Man, this is a slow elevator.
Dude.
Wait, why are we taking the elevator? I would not trust an elevator in this situation. I would
Yeah.
take the
Oh,
stairs.
did you guys want to take the stairs?
I'm taking the
Yeah, you
stairs.
guys can take the stairs.
I'm on the
Taking the stairs.
elevator.
You got an island over. Okay, you get down with that
That was
issue.
fun.
You beat them only by a few seconds.
It was convenient.
I
'cause he
jumped
lived
on the
fifth floor.
stairwell.
Okay, your motorcycle's still in the foyer. Yeah, nobody's around this part of town, this specific building that you can see. Your
Alright.
car's still out front. It doesn't appear to be molested. You still have your car in the parking
Yeah,
basement. in
my
the
bat
basement.
is in my trunk, by the way.
Your bat?
Yeah.
Yep, fair enough.
I know.
Are you taking all 3 vehicles then? I mean, are you guys gonna get into cars? You can
Yeah,
throw your
I'm
bikes
taking
in.
Let's
my
put our
car.
bikes in the car.
Okay.
Alright, we'll put it back.
He's got like a station wagon. They'll both fit in the back of that.
We need
Very
a
easy.
plan. Who's gonna be going in? Obviously you. We should have someone else go.
I'll
I
just see how
will-
many
I
let
could
me
go
take
with
with
him.
me.
You guys hear a siren in the distance?
All right.
There's broken glass all over the street.
Are you in my car or his?
His car.
I will back up my friend Chico.
All right. So you two
Chico
are going in.
Higgins in.
Oh, you're Chico?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's riding
So
where? You've got
you'll
the
stay in the
motorcycle.
street and be a lookout there, and I'll be bruising around them if there's a problem.
Okay. So what is the marching order or whatever for?
Marching.
I would guess.
Who's riding with
if
you?
if I get out first, I'm going to be in front.
Okay. Is there anybody riding with? Who's riding? You two guys do not have your own
I
vehicle.
We're with
personally have no
him.
idea where the actual armory is.
Right.
so.
That's right. Chico knows.
Actually, I'll hop in
And
the
I know.
front car then.
Okay, so you're gonna be in the passenger seat. Where are you gonna be?
I'm with my bike. I'm gonna hop in this.
Okay, so you're gonna get in the passenger seat of
me and
his
Bo.
car.
Do you know
Your
where
car's
the
first.
is?
No, but we should
Then
follow
who?
this car.
Okay.
Is it gonna be the station wagon and
Well,
your
I'm-
motorcycle?
She can
I'm
interchange.
gonna
too.
take a shortcut they don't know, just to
Do
cut
you
up
really
the
want to split up
No.
from people with
That's
other
probably a
people
good
with
idea.
guns?
How do you know where the armory is?
And you
I've lived in
don't
New York City my whole life.
do me a New York City lore. She might not have noticed or cared. Did you make it?
9?
That's a
9
thing.
out of. Now what's your what is it, local lore?
12.
At 12? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you know where the armor is. But there is a lot of crime going on.
That's true.
Crime, looting, people being shot. You have an actual vehicle that's moving.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing I'm throwing things out at you. You don't have to do anything. Or do you?
Well, I'll
And
follow
you're a
them
woman.
as long as we go the shortest way.
Well, no.
I'm assuming you're going the
Not-
shortest way.
Why don't we go through the park?
Let's see the group, please.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're
no.
here,
If
it's
I
fine,
think my
just
car can do it, I'm gonna cut through the park.
Well, which way is the safest
The
route?
park
Do
is
they
nowhere
know?
near here.
Because
I
30th
wanna drive
apparently
through
was
the
hell to
park.
get to.
You don't know the safest way because nobody really came from the direction.
I'm gonna take the
of-
widest roads.
The widest. Yeah, that'd be the main roads, 30th Street, 7th Avenue, those things.
Yeah, so you would have gone 9th to 14th to the National Guard.
If you want.
That's the widest street.
I figure he's telling you where to go, and you go that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also assume I know where it is.
Could you at least tell us the street? We're gonna be following you, but in case we get lost.
I